think it will be, it's coming quite soon. It will have immense benefits for humans, and it will also have a lot of dangers.
Why would you say it would be beneficial?
Because, for example, an AI doctor could, that say monitors, let's take the classical scenarios that people talk about, that you go around 24 hours a day with biometric sensors on or inside your body, and they constantly send information.
So you monitored you are monitored.
You're monitored all the time. The information goes to an AI doctor, maybe on your smartphone or whatever, which analyzes all this stream of information and monitors your health in a way which no human doctor can even approach. And it can do things like diagnose cancer when it's still just beginning and it's still very, very easy and cheap and painless to cure it. Instead of waiting for a couple of years until it spreads, and one day you wake up and you feel a bit of pain, and you do, it's nothing, and it becomes worse and worse. You go to the doctor, they send you to all kinds of tests, and by the time they find out, maybe it's not too late, but it's certainly going to be a long, painful, expensive process to deal with it. So the promises are enormous. Also, the perils are enormous, and not just to the job market.
So what happens to all the regular doctors? They lose their job?
Depends. They can reinvent themselves and change what they do. Certainly, if most of what you do is just information comes in, you recognize a pattern, and you make a diagnosis, this is something that AI will be much, much better than humans. This debate about privacy versus security is as old as civilization, you can say. But there is something new now. For the first time in history, it's possible to completely eliminate privacy. It was just never possible before, and it is possible now. Something fundamental has changed. When dictators always dreamt about completely eliminating privacy, monitoring everybody all the time and knowing everything you do, and not just everything you do, but even everything you think and everything you feel. Whether it's a tyrant in ancient Greece or whether it's Stalin, they always dreamt about it. They could never do it because it was technically impossible. Now it's possible. Now, in the coming years, in the coming decades, we will face individual discrimination, and it might actually be based on a good assessment of who you are. I mean, if AT&T, if the algorithms and the big data algorithms of AT&T, they follow you around, they look up your Facebook profile, your DNA, your records from kindergarten until today, they will be able to figure out quite accurately who you are. And if they, for example, find out that, he lacks motivation on the X scale, on the Harari scale, or the Friedman scale of self-motivation, 0 to 10, he is just 7.1. And we don't want to accept to our company people of less than 8.2. And we know from experience that, yes, we can give you a little push, but you just lack what we need. And you will not be able to do anything, or almost anything, about this discrimination. First of all, because it's just you. They don't discriminate against you or me because you're Jewish or gay or black or whatever, because you're you. The whole idea that humans have, they have this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over. We have the technology to hack human beings on a massive scale. New surveillance technologies that are now deployed just to deal with this coronavirus outbreak. When it's over, some governments may say, yes, but there is a second wave of corona coming, so we have to be prepared. And there is Ebola, and there is also regular flu. Why not protect people against that too with this new surveillance system? So the tendency would be to prolong it indefinitely. Also, it's the moment when surveillance goes really under the skin. Governments are now not just interested in where we go and who we meet, but even in what's happening inside our bodies.